What about you? Today we're going to talk about the single biggest mistake you can make whenever you're overseeding your lawn. Definitely don't do this. Now, before we do anything, we'll have to get the grass cut. The grass hasn't been cut in the last couple of weeks because the main lawnmower has been broken, so let's do that now. This side here is uncut, this side's cut. Whenever we bring it down and we'll have a look at the milli gauge, you can clearly see the difference there. This is a bit uncut, this is a bit cut. I've just cut the lawn with the Milwaukee lawnmower. We're now down to 30 mil. I have to drop the height a bit further to get the cylinder mower down. This is a good chance to have a chat about whether or not you should scalp your grass or not if you're going to be overseeding your lawn. I'm going to say 110%, this is personal preference. I don't usually scalp the lawns, although I know a lot of people do. If you have an electric lawnmower, then probably yes, you probably should, because you're going to have to leave your grass for a couple of weeks after you overseed it to get the best results. I've just finished cutting the grass. Now, the grass originally started at 50 mil in height, and we've cut it first of all with the Milwaukee mower, and that brought us down to 30 mil. We've now just cut it with the John Deere, and that brought us down to 15 mil. Let me know in the comments below if you think I've scalped it. Another big mistake that people make is they don't know the size of their lawn. Rule 101, if you're going to be planting any products to your lawn, you need to know what size it is. So always measure your lawn and write that number down. Another common mistake people use is they don't use enough seed or they use too much. If you don't know how much seed to use or TFM, look it up. Or alternatively, if it doesn't say anywhere on the packaging, contact the people you bought it off. Now, to measure how much seed you need, just use a set of scales and weigh it out for the size of your area. Easy. Big mistake I see people doing, they take their grass seed, they throw it down onto the lawn and they expect it to grow. Just throwing grass seed down onto the lawn, it's probably not going to grow, and that's going to be a fail for you. So there's different things that we can do to prepare the lawn for that. Let's do that now. To prepare your soil for seed, you could use, if you had a smaller lawn, just a manual scarifier, a fork to put holes into the lawn. Today we're going to be using the scarifier to scarify the lawn, and what that's going to do is it's going to create nice lines in the soil that then whenever we throw the seed down onto, that it's going to give the seed somewhere safe to grow. Okay, I have all this scarified. Let me know in the comments below if you think I've covered the big mistake yet. Now that we have the grass all ready for the seed, it's really important to choose the right seed. Now, there's a good chance that if your house is built within the last 40 years, you're going to probably have rye and fescue. Otherwise, you might have an ornamental lawn. Picking the wrong type of grass seed and sowing it into your lawn can lead to long-term damage. So it's important to pick the right grass seed. A big mistake that a lot of people use, out-of-date grass seeds. Now, this was bagged in the first January 20. I don't think that you should use seed any more than 2 years old. Every year you lose 10 to 15 to 20% depending on the grass seed and how it's stored. So this bag is 2 years old and I might have lost up to 40% of the seed in it. So this is the grass seed that we originally put into the lawn. It's an ultra-fine dwarf rye. Another big mistake you can make seeding your lawn, so you know the type of grass seed, you know the size of your lawn, but you don't have anything to apply it on with. The easiest way is to mark your lawn out in quadrants, take your tape measure, take your posts. If you don't have posts, you could just use plant pots and mark out a set area, put the required amount of seed on for that area, and then move on to the next area. Job done. Before we'll get to the next stage, there's another important thing that plays in. Seeding at the right time So you either want to seed in the autumn, in the early autumn or the late spring, depending on whereabouts you are in the world. Here in Belfast, Northern Ireland, we don't start overseeding until late spring and early autumn. You think you've finished seeding your lawn. There's still mistakes. There's still a lot of mistakes you can do. We're going to get more into those in a minute. Now, if you've stuck with me this long in the video, it really helps me out if you can leave me a comment down below if you think you know what the biggest mistake is, or if you have any other comments about the stuff I've covered, always leave me a comment because it really helps me out. Now, I'm going to say that it's important whenever you're seeding your lawn to do it at the right times of the year. I'm currently filming this in September. September is one of my favourite months to overseed a lawn because it's usually warm and a bit damper than usual. If you're seeding in spring, then there's a good chance you're going to have to water your grass more. However, if you don't have any rain for a couple of days, regardless, always water your grass seed and look after it. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make, you choose the right grass, you put it on at the right rate, you cut your grass beforehand, you prepare your lawn, and then what do? You don't do this one thing. It's really important. I can't stress it enough. It's really important. You need to get good seed to soil contact. This is a homemade drag mat. We made this for less than £40. Really good job. Could also use just a roller on your lawnmower. Roll the lawn without actually cutting it if you have a roller lawnmower. I'm going to run up and down the lawn really quick with the mat. Get good seed to soil contact, really key. And then we're going to have a chat about some fertiliser. Let's go. Another big problem that often happens if you're seeding your lawn is what do you fertilise your lawn with? I'm going to let you into a secret. Your grass actually doesn't need fed. Whenever you seed your lawn for thousands of years, it's gone on just fine without fertiliser, although it does help if you give it a feed. Now, I get a lot of questions from people about what fertiliser you can use if you want to feed it. A lot of people will use a 4-in-1 product. You absolutely cannot use a 4-in-1 product, or equally you can't use a weed control and then seed shortly afterwards. Now, for the seeding windows in between those times, the best thing I can say is RTFM. Read the manual, see what it says in instructions, follow that. The best product, in my opinion, to put on if you're going to be fertilising, if you want to fertilise your lawn and seeding, if you're putting on seed and you want it to grow, is to use a pre-seeder fertiliser and use some seaweed. That's going to be my next job. I'm going to put some seaweed onto the lawn. Now, if you want to find out the best thing to cover your grass seed with, watch this video and I'll see you over there next.